Good morning, everyone, and welcome into Mountain Valley Park in Prescott Valley, Arizona. Day 2 of the NJCAA Division I Men's National Championships. Alongside Gideon DeLu, I'm Alex Larson. Today's matchup will feature a team from Tucson, from Arizona. We have not seen Pima Community College against the first team from yesterday, Illinois Central College.
Yeah, it's a number 8 against a number 12. The Cougars obviously coming off that controversial loss. They disputed that handball call, a goal that would have tied the game against the number 1 seed, and perhaps, who knows after that. So we'll see. They're going to put that one behind them, and they have the Aztecs to look forward to here today.
And the Aztecs, fresh, of course, just their first game, Illinois Central College. Though they are seasoned, they've already played, and they know what it takes already. So let's see what the outcome of this one will be. We'll be right back from Mountain Valley Park.
End zone, caught, touchdown. The Martin Elliptico and a goal. Martin shot a goal. Unbelievable.
Welcome back to Mountain Valley Park, NJCAA Soccer. Start of the first game coming up between Pima Community College. The Aztecs will take on Illinois Central College. And the Cougars, this is a team that played at 9:30 yesterday. 2 goals called back, one because of offsides, one because of a questionable handball, and they ended up losing 1-0 to the 1-seeded St. Louis Archers.
Yeah, but to take away from that loss, the goalkeeper, Bojan Bobanec, played a terrific game. You got to give it up to him. We'll see how he feels today, but he's going to be the key starter for the Cougars here today. Had some crucial stops. Could have been way worse. The St. Louis Archers had many chances yesterday, and thanks to Bobanec, he did a great job protecting the net. He's going to be the key starter today for the Cougars.
That's right, and he is charged with the task of stopping this Aztecs team that is known for being attacking. We saw the other Arizona team, Yavapai Community College, score 9 goals last night. And so this team played Yavapai their last game in the championship of their region and lost 0-2. But what are they going to need to do kind of to beat Bobanach? And then conversely, what are the Cougars going to have to do to beat this Aztecs defense?
Well, for the Aztecs, they play the same style of play as the Rough Riders. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to be attacking the whole time. It's going to be fast. They're going to be in the Cougars' face this whole game. One player to look out for on the Aztec side is number 24, Jose Ira. Watch out for him. He can get the ball quick. He's a defender, but he can also score. On the other side, for the Cougars, they just have to stop this fast-paced offense. I think if they can hang in there the first half hour, 20 minutes or so, and calm things down and slow down this Aztecs offense, I think they got a good chance of trying to at least get some goals in the net and try to hopefully leave with 3 points after the end of this one.
Well, the scoring only increased from game to game. It went 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and then of course, the floodgates opening last night, 9-0 in favor of the host team. But Illinois Central College looks to get back into the win column after certainly a questionable game. You had a lot of the fans come up to us after and kind of in between games asking what we saw, but we really didn't even see, but got word obviously later that day that it was a handball.
Yeah, questionable call, and then even coach for the Cougars, Oz Bakirdan, he came up and discussed it with us, and he had video from obviously his team recording the game as well, and he saw it, and he disputed it. He didn't think it was a handball at all. It wasn't even close. So an unfortunate thing there for the Cougars, but again, it's a brand new day, fresh start. Got to put that one in the back, forget about it, and focus on your opponents here tonight. Still have a chance to get 3 points, and depending on how many goals are scored, that could lead the Aztecs to something, or the Cougars to something special today.
playing of the national anthem has commenced, and now onto the field we get ready. And the first thing that really jumps up after you for the guys in orange, Pima, the size.
Yeah, big size there. You see, if you look through our roster, a lot of these starters are almost close to 6 foot. Again, also the Cougars too have some decent size on them as well. Got some big guys over there. We let me see here through this roster. We have number 24, Luis Madnero, Adamola Bakri, David Alvarez Fernandez, all with some good size as well. So I think they match up pretty well against the Aztecs, and we'll find out, obviously, as this game progresses.
Yeah, well, one of the guys left off, actually, this roster for the program, or the tournament program, Jose Ira, and man, he's big.
Yeah, they have him listed as 6'1". He's a little bit bigger, actually. I ran into him as I was going into the bathroom. He's coming out, and he looks pretty big. He's probably, I'd say it's 6'2", at least 6'3". He's got some good size to him. And he's going to be one of the key players to watch out for on this Aztecs team.
Well, Pima will start with possession, and we'll see if they'll start as quick as the other Arizona team yesterday. Of course, nowhere close in distance. Pima down in Tucson, head coach by David Cosgrove, and that Yavapai team obviously from up here, but Illinois Central, like you said, Egidio, Oz Bakirden, head coach, talked to us very nicely, but we are underway. The Pima passing it into his own player's back. And, first games of the morning, I feel like later on in the day, even though the teams haven't played and maybe it's just mental, things are just going a little bit faster. In the morning it's a little bit colder. You got still the frost a little bit on the grass, so guys are maybe just slowing down and waking up a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Is that, trying to get ready and get up at a certain time. You obviously have to get up earlier than everybody else and be here and have that mindset, especially like a team like Illinois Central that already has a game under their belt. They got to forget about that and look to this one. But Pima, I think, has the advantage.
We're going to take a couple more chances that Illinois Central has figured out yesterday won't work.
Yeah, and exactly. And for the Cougars, I think that if they can hang in there and keep it 0-0 until about 20 minutes into this game, I think they got a good chance to win this one if they can hang with this fast-attacking Aztecs team.
Well, now Pima has really held possession the first part of this game, just kind of feeling out this defense. But we saw a couple times last night, or I should say yesterday, this team way too far, the Cougars that is, way too far out ahead of themselves. And as a result, 15 offsides called against. That is a huge number.
Yeah, and 2 goals, not in yesterday's game. 2 goals were called yesterday's, but 2 games. The last game they played at St. Louis, the last game of their tournament final, 2 goals were called because of offsides, and that cost the Cougars a win in that one.
Well, see if we can expect more of the same, maybe slow it down. And for Pima, defensively, you got to think that they're going to be going with the offside trap here today and trying to force that offside, pulling guys back inside the marking and trying to make them take longer runs. But we'll see. In the white, Illinois Central all white, and the Aztecs in all orange. Taking it from right to left, the Cougars in white, and they'll have a throw-in on the far side.
There's a big shove there by one of the Aztec players.
I don't know what the need for that was, but the player's still down. Maybe just got wind knocked out of him or something, hopefully. Or maybe a dead leg or knee on knee.
And that was a big storyline also yesterday in all 4 matches in yesterday's day, that the refereeing, the calls, some of the calls were being missed and some of the players did get hurt. So we'll see if that's cleaned up here today.
And we may have seen, as this one's into the box, headed out by the Aztecs, a player actually taken away in an ambulance due to a leg injury. I'm not exactly sure who it was. I think that was in the third game with Tyler, but we'll probably learn more on that today. Did have several guys come out of the games with pulled muscles, and we know that can be attributed partly to the altitude, but it's also cold and chilly, and this air is pretty stiff.
Yes, weather's been up and down the last few days here.
I was going to say, last night into the box, and just missing on it was 7, Takanaka.
One of the few players from Japan on this Aztecs team.
Along with Hugo Kamatani, he's there too. They do have 3. And now up the side, here comes the Cougars. Forment will see that ball go out of bounds off a pass by Sadlow. Now in with space. They're not coming close, right in the back of number 88, David Alvarez. That's a good block. And that one barely sails over. So they are definitely being aggressive and taking shots from far out like we knew they would.
Yeah, definitely. And another interesting point to make about this Aztecs team, you actually pointed it out, Alex, is how many guys are from the area. A lot of guys from Tucson, Arizona on this team, or from Arizona in general on this team, and a lot of homegrown talent for Pima Community College.
Well, we did talk about that last night. I mean, one of the reasons why Yavapai has been so successful, and not that recruiting in-state, puts you at a disadvantage really, but it is impressive that these junior colleges are going out and 80, 95% of their rosters are we saw a team, haven't seen a team yet, Indian Hills, 1 player from the United States.
Yeah, 1 guy from Florida, and that's about it. Everybody else is international, which is credit also to the program to recruit all those international players and all that international talent. We'll see them later today. We'll talk about that more during that game.
I'd say 2 teams really jumped out at you yesterday, and that Tyler, Texas, and that, of course, 9-0 Yavapai Rough Riders win. That was a very good turnout here in Prescott Valley. Cold night, but tell you what, these hills were packed. Now here's a run outside the box, and that was all ball. A nice tackle. So they'll say that's off Illinois Central, and that'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. Or I should say off Pima, and a throw-in for the Cougars.
Another guy who did a great job in that game against St. Louis for the Cougars was Adamola Bakri from Manchester, UK. Did a great job defending.
Oh, man. That hurts a little bit getting tied up, and that definitely an accident. But Pacheco and Pincourt kind of lock legs, go down. Pincourt went down. He's up. A free kick from about 40 yards. Actually, I should just say 10 yards inside the midline. Opposed to saying the distance from the box. To take it, it'll be David Gallick, 1 of 2 shots on goal and shots yesterday. And this one has some curve, but right into the hands of the Aztecs goalkeeper.
And Gallick, wearing the captain's band here today, had a pretty decent game as well yesterday. He was the only one that had a goal against St. Louis. Not yesterday's match, but the match before that, the end of the season.
Middle of the field. Pima trying to work it out. They're doing a nice job with these passes. Keeping it tight. Takanaka to the outside. Sadlow's going to get possession and carry it away for Illinois Central, trying to get it up. Well, that's what we're going to see, an advantage for the Aztecs. The size and a lot of header balls are going to turn out Orange's possession, but we'll see how that continues all day as that ball sent, trying to do it into the corner, but well out of bounds.
Yeah, it was intended a pass for Chris Cooper. Number 17 was out there.
Throw in here with 22, Juna. The Aztecs trying to work it up. Takanaka. He's going to be huge today, but a matchup with Sadlow will not be easy. He'll be hounded closely all day. And now try to work against 3 Pima defenders. Forment, we saw him very busy yesterday, but he did a very good job.
Yeah, Vincent Foreman Garcia doing a good job there seconds ago, cutting through the defense. A skilled player.
Down the wing, and Sadlow wins that matchup with Takanaka again. Throw in here. Zawadi. And that one just no communication. They'll keep possession. Valenzuela trying for Zawadi again, but nothing doing. And now here come the Cougars on the left side. Foreman Garcia. Nice pass, but the keeper able to come out and read that. It's a nice sweep by David Silva.
Nikola Vujovic was the intended man there. The pass was for, but a little bit off.
Well, kind of been a back and forth game so far. No one's really grabbed momentum. Kind of flip-flopping possession and trying to get shots, although 3 for Pima, none for the Cougars thus far. But say none of those shots have really been too threatening.
Yeah, so far, and I think this is, again, a key for the Cougars if they can hang around and keep it 0-0 for the first 20-25 minutes of the ball game and slow down the match here. I think it'll definitely be an advantage for Illinois Central.
And that's exactly how they started last game. I mean, you're right. If they can turn this game into a chess match of their tempo, they like their chances because, you know, you just start doing the right things and make a couple adjustments, take a couple more steps back on the sides, and the goals will come like we saw yesterday, although technically no. But just a couple tweaks and then it'll be changed.
Already they're doing a much better job cutting through this defense than they did yesterday against St. Louis.
It most definitely are able to penetrate deeper into the defense, closer to the box. And maybe a goal kick. I'm not sure how they're having to take it. Nope. It'll be Ira come up with the ball.
Ira from Phoenix, Arizona, nearby. A freshman.
Sent in. That's decently sent into his teammates. Nice distance on that one. But Cougars have it. And now back. Maybe some miscommunication. And the keeper's able to sweep and get it out. Babanik did a great job of reading that one and assessing the risk-reward.
Yeah, the keeper once again. We talked about his skill set from Croatia. Bojan Bobanic doing a terrific job. Once again, a good heads-up play. Picking up right where he left off yesterday.
Back. Now chested. Nice move there. Sent into the box. Couldn't get a head on it. And incomplete. It'll roll out of bounds. That was maybe the first threatening chance there for the Aztecs.
Yeah, the most threatening chance right there, close, a few inches away, and that header would have gone in. And the Pima would have been up 1-0.
Back to settle it. And now into the zone, but again, Pima's defense able to get a couple extra steps on these Cougars. And so not really letting anyone get behind them. The first of 4 today. Next one at noon, Kansas City against Monroe, a team we have not seen. Wabanzi against Mercer County. See if Wabanzi can rebound after a tough 9-0 loss to the host Yavapai Rough Riders. And then finally, Lewisburg will play Indian Hills, the roster which we said had nothing but one United States player on it.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup. To Lewisburg also, even though in the loss, they looked pretty good, at least for that first half of the match. So interesting to see them again today.
Did seem to get a little bit more winded than they probably would have liked. Didn't have the best stamina. Now into the box. A chance for Pima, and it just misses the top left.
Hyuga Kamantani from Japan, the 5'10 freshman, wishes he had that one back because that one was close.
Tell you what, that one would have been slotted into the top left corner. And everyone in attendance held their breath for that one as it just passed that upper 90.
Beautiful setup there and a beautiful shot too, just a little bit off. The Cougars are relieved for now.
Well, chances have only been getting better for the Aztecs so far. Gotta like what you see so far. If your coach Cosgrove.
Nice tackle there by Golick.
Yeah, that's something they can afford now to the outside. It's four-man Garcia, but guess what? It's offside. This team cannot seem to find a way to stay onside, and it really it comes down to mental. It comes down to mental. You know, you can't teach it. You know what it is as a soccer player at this level. You got to stay onside.
Yeah, he's got to be aware of where you are, where the ball is, and your surroundings, and can't let those mistakes happen, and it's happening too often for the Cougars so far in this tournament.
Yeah, and when it's happening to a point where it's starting to hurt your team and it's, starting to ruin your goals, it's really a problem. And when do you address that? Something, you got to change your positioning on offense and make sure that you don't keep going offside. Just losing possessions. Kicked out of bounds and throw in here for the Cougars. Kicked right out of bounds and a throw in from the exact same spot. Here with Christian Juna. Into the box, a tackle, but no call like we saw yesterday.
And so pretty much the same thing here today so far. The referees are letting them play a little bit, but again, yesterday we saw some crucial calls not being called, so we'll see if that continues here today throughout all these matches.
Well, a lot to keep an eye on, see if the Cougars can stay on side, see if the Aztecs can hit the net. It's close. We're about to see some goals here in this game. I can sense it. Something through. That's onside. If he would have gotten that, that could have been a goal, but a nice sweep there by Silva.
Nice setup by Federico Zana, intended for Vujicic. Good opportunity for the Cougars, though.
Yeah, held just long enough, I think. Didn't see the flag. Even if he would have gotten that, would have been on. And now deep again. This one's going to hold into the corner. Doesn't have anybody crash into the box, though, and it'll be cleared out by Ira. Good for an Illinois Central throw-in. Aztecs ball in the corner. They'll work it out. Now a miscue. Keep it with Takanaka. Turning up field. That one worked out in their favor. Now here it is with Guyana in the corner, worked on by two, and that'll be kicked out by the Cougars. The Cougar player down after he went for that ball, but nonetheless it'll be a throw-in. And the coaches, I think, trying to plead a case for a call, pointing at the player down, but and the ref putting his palms up almost to say, what do you want me to do about it?
Yeah, it's Coach Oz Bakirden there in his 18th season as the man in charge of the Cougars.
And none too happy about that. I could see his facial expressions through these binoculars. Definitely happy, and now he's laying into his team, saying something. into the box. Not quite cleared out. Suazu, I should say Yuki, lost that ball, and the Cougars were able to clear, but now Pima's back up with it. On the left side, Pacheco sends it in, tries to set it over the top. Nice job keeping that in front. And this is Kamatani weaving in to his left, sends it to the top, and there was no one there. No one coming towards it. Could have been a perfect hammer down shot, but not quite. And now here come the Cougars.
Garcia tripped there, lost the handle. His team does recover, though.
But Bakri, like we said, Bakri did such a great job yesterday. He was everywhere on the pitch, not necessarily showing up on every statistical category, but when it comes down to it, soccer doesn't always have the stats that leads you to win.
And these Aztecs are getting some chances, though, here early on. And so are the Cougars, though. They're actually playing much better, much, I think, more upbeat than they did against the Archers last night.
Still haven't really been able to find a way. I mean, they've really been doing those lead balls, trying to either go over the top or on the ground and hope to beat the one-on-one matchups and stay on side, but they haven't really been able to get any settled shots where the offense, methodically moves in and takes a shot from outside the box, inside the box, like we've seen here from the Aztecs. So that's really going to start wearing on this Cougars team because they can only take so many runs before these players lose their legs.
Yeah, conditioning also a big key in this tournament. You got to run the gauntlet to survive and win.
Takanaka on the near side. Played by Gallic. Now Bakri will lose this one, but they'll say it'll go off the Pima player, so it'll be a throw-in. Kumasadlo. Valenzuela gets it back to Ira. Middle of the field, a scrum for it. And we've kind of seen a lull now in the game. Each team really unable to do anything. And now something through, but Ira looks like, no, he's not going to be able to get there. Dribbling in, this is Zana, and he's taken down, and there's going to be a call, so it's going to be a free kick from, I think, just outside the box. They're lucky that wasn't in the box, so it wasn't a penalty kick.
Yeah, exactly, but I think Illinois Central will still take it.
That's Vucevic down, not Zana. 10, not 18. And, yep, here it is, the wall. It's going to be Zana to take it. The wall is going to be Yuki and Kamatani just outside the box. Maybe a chance for their first shot. There it is. Oh, just missed the back post. Saw what they were trying to do with it. It was a valiant effort, but no dice.
Yeah, Zana there with a setup. Close. And the coaches on the Illinois Central side have to be gritting their teeth.
Yep.
Still looking are the Cougars for their first goal in this tournament.
Sent down. Silva. Middle of the field. Headed on. Bakri. Now it's a pinball again, just staying up in the air like that off a couple heads. Finally, the Cougars able to get it, but now crashing through is a defenseman for the Aztecs, unable to get the steal, and now Takanaka has a steal. Middle of the field. Right back to Takanaka, can't keep it on his feet. Goes right back to a teammate, and Valenzuela keeps it. Top of the box, he shoots, he scores! I believe it's number 4, Hugo Kamatani. The other man from Japan, and the Aztecs are on the board.
Well, Kamatani has had his chances. That's his third time today trying to make a goal, and he gets it right there with 22 minutes left in this first half. And it was just a matter of time before the Aztecs strike, and they do.
Well, Gideon, you're exactly right. Just a matter of time before they strike. And you could sense when the Cougars couldn't clear the zone of the pressure that it was mounting. And the Aztecs finally able to break through this, and the first goal is on the board of the day.
And see how the Cougars rebound here and how they can answer back. Has to be disappointing, though, for Illinois Central.
Oh, absolutely, but, you see the statistic there. No shots, no corners, so they haven't really had the opportunities like the Aztecs have had, so you got to try and make those for yourself.
Yeah, besides that free kick there a few minutes ago, that was the only opportunity that they really had.
Seems like a team that has just struggled all day long so far. We've said they do look better, but have to play your best soccer today. It's win or go home.
And pretty much for a lot of these teams that lost yesterday, a loss here again today eliminates them outright.
It's crunch time for these teams. I mean, this is an elimination game for one team. Obviously, Pima's going to get another shot at it tomorrow against the number 1 seed St. Louis, but they find themselves leaving here on Tuesday if this game goes the way it's been going so far. Sent back, still having to gather it in their own zone. Bakri. Slowing it down back to the keeper, and man, they're not looking good for Illinois Central. I mean, they can't seem to find anywhere to get the ball against this Aztecs defense.
Well, yeah, and it's, again, another mindset. You're playing down once again. You're playing from behind once again, and almost another opportunity there. But you're playing down once again. You have that mindset where, hey, we're down 1-0. We have to get back in this game not only to win, but to tie it. But now you got to get another goal to win it. So it's a tough place to be for Illinois Central.
And again, you just see the strategy of, 45, 50 yards out, try and send it in over the top. It's just not working. Pima's just dropping 2 guys and daring that one guy to run through. And even if he does, he's going to be offside because they're playing an offside trap. So you got to find a way to change this offensive strategy and penetrate.
Yeah, they're really relying on, like you said, on those one-on-ones. And they just haven't won that battle.
For those of you joined for the first time, the scores yesterday, every losing team got shut out.
Yeah, 4 teams shut out. Waubonsie getting the worst of this scenario, losing 9-0.
Tell you what, though, they were not without their shots in the final 15 minutes, but these Rough Riders fans were absolutely pleased to see him preserve the perfect scorecard.
I think there might be some Pima fans out here as well, too. It seems like some people in the crowd are not scouts or coaches like we saw yesterday. A lot of them just look like fans of soccer, just trying to catch a good match.
Yeah, well, for those of you not familiar with Arizona, probably Tucson up here to Prescott Valley, it'd be a decent little drive, about 3.5, 4 hours maybe. On the faster side, about 3:15. But, yeah, it's definitely come up and stay the week in nicer weather. I mean, it's down in the valley in Tucson. I was just there last week, and it's still pretty warm down there. So a nice break to get out of the weather. Bakri finds the middle, and now they're methodically starting to kind of work it up. And a man slipping, so just when they thought they had something, it slips and falls to the ground.
Yeah, unfortunate there for the Cougars. I believe that was Garcia who tripped at the top of the field.
Takanaka working against Sadlow, this best matchup. He's been a distributor, and now they got a step to the middle. That's going to be a perfect one, and man, I believe that was Kamatani again on the far side. And he is going to be active all day because they were looking for him again. I think he just missed that one, mishit that, definitely.
Yeah, set up from Julian Gaona. And Kamatani looking for a second goal of the match. It's a little bit off, but a good look.
Beautiful look. It doesn't get much better than that. I mean, all that was left was for the Kamatani finish, and couldn't quite get it sliding to the ground. That would have been a picture-perfect feed and goal.
Great feet work by Gaona. I've been keeping my eye on him, and every time he touches the ball, looks very light and elusive.
Well, definitely a clear advantage as far as passing and passing percentage from these two teams. The Aztecs looking much better, and if we had a time of possession statistic, I think it would be heavily in favor of the Orange team.
Yeah, definitely. The team which we thought would possess the ball more coming into this one.
But they're not just doing quick hitters and going away. They're possessing it for a while, and they're keeping it now into the box again. A chance, cuts back. Beautiful job crossing over, and again a header towards the net. I think that was Kamatani again, or Takanaka. And then turned over again. Gaona, man, just missed that one. Crossed over several times and could have finished with his left foot, but was denied.
And Gaona, you saw again the feet work of him. How quick he was. Could have had almost a goal of his own. Some danger, though, for the Cougars here as the Aztecs are not letting up.
8 shots now for Pima. And really dominating this game so far.
"15 minutes left in this first half. It's been a good half of soccer to start us off here.
Much more action than the first game yesterday. For those of you offensive fans, but it seems like all these games, other than the first one really yesterday, have been pretty one-sided for the winner. As far as the winner usually got much more shots, much more possession, and that's what we've seen here, but still another half of soccer to be played after this 15 minutes. And keep in mind that the Cougars did score in the last 20 minutes, or score in air quotation marks, in the last 20 minutes against St. Louis when it was called off.
Yeah, that was the controversial handball call. That's kind of been the talk of this tournament a little bit here. That with the Rough Riders 9 goals last night.
Yep, how can it not be the host team putting on in front of a nice crowd on a chilly Monday night first round action? Nothing really, can't really keep that in front. Takanaka just going to see his ball go out for throw-in. Zawadi, Kaskil Zawadi on the near side. Looks for a teammate. Still waiting for men to come forward. And now he's got something. Pacheco into the box, kicked out. Nice job clearing that by the Cougars. But it looks like Pima's going to keep this one in their possession with guys in the offensive zone. Still looking good. Pacheco looks for someone, finds his man in the middle, but slips. Was Valenzuela, but Pima's able to keep it. Middle of the field, now breaking away. Here comes Gaona. Nice pass. That's Kamatani, and that one deflects off. Now a left-handed shot, scores! It was Cooper. He had it in his left foot, switched back to his right, and he slotted it past Bobanek for an easy goal. It's 2-0.
Chris Cooper, the freshman from Tucson, Arizona, puts the Aztecs' second goal in the back of the net, and a comfortable lead now for Pima Community College over the Cougars.
Yeah, well, it's all Aztecs, and so far these Arizona teams have dominated their competition. Only seen 2 games, but it's really all Pima. Now 10 shots to none, and it doesn't seem like the Cougars have the juice in this one.
An unfortunate missed opportunity again for Illinois Central. Last time they went down 1-0 a few minutes ago. They didn't really respond that well. We'll see now, being down 2 goals, how Illinois Central responds, playing from behind again.
And this will be a much tougher task. Still about 13 left in this first half. And then still having to play a second half, but just from what you've seen so far from this Illinois Central team, they really need to make some serious adjustments on offense and defense.
Yeah, definitely have to draw up something there at the half. Still, the Cougars looking for their first goal of this tournament.
Sent in. Valenzuela on the ball, far side. Trying to get it out of the danger zone, and it looks like he's going to be able to. Pahet. This is Bakri, and they really need to get something before this half comes to a close. Much warmer than the day yesterday this morning.
Yeah, beautiful day so far, but we'll see how long that lasts. We had a quick turn of weather yesterday, so.
Very quick. Went from sunny to cloudy, and now some over the top. Onside. Good job staying onside by Roca. Aiden Roca here for Illinois Central. Can he keep it in? Yeah. Obviously not allowing the Cougars any opportunities whatsoever. This is a nice move. Makes it a defender trip. And they'll take a shot from about 40 yards out, and nowhere close.
$10 remain. The Cougars, I'm sure, would love a goal before going into the half. Love a goal before this game finishes, just for morale. The long flight back to Illinois. Be shut out here this tournament after 2 matches.
Yeah, that would be very disappointing, but still some time to go and make something happen. Now in again. Come the Aztecs. Can they keep it on their feet? No. That was Guyona who lost it. And now a collision at midfield. Looks like each player okay. And here come the Cougars with a bit of a rush. Pincourt on the left side. Nice job working on his feet. Sends it into the box, but only finds ahead of an Aztec, and now they'll have to regroup. Alvarez passes it over to Sadlow. Back to Alvarez. Christian Juna with speed. And tried to make a pass, and I don't see why you wouldn't try and dribble that in and shoot it right there.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you kind of have to take it in yourself, and he passed it to Golick, and he lost it.
Alvarez sends it in. Daniel Moon with the ball, and he will keep possession, dancing around the defenders. Just above 8 to go. in this first half of the first game of the day. Charging in a nice play defensively. That's Zawadi. He's been everywhere on defense and offense. Ball ended up right in his arms and hands after that trip. It'll be Aztecs possession.
Yeah, very impressed with Pima Community College so far. We got another team we heard about a lot coming into this tournament, and they've showed a good showing here today so far with a little over 7 minutes left in this first half.
Yuki lost the ball. Now Alvarez has it for Illinois Central. Pass back, now finds Cutter in the middle of the field. He will be tripped up, and a foul will be called, so switch of possession. It'll go back to the Cougars. Free kick from the midline. Sends it in. Will it go into the box? It does. And a chance for the Cougars to get ahead on it, but not the right way. And now the Aztecs will be up and out with it. Cougars have the men in the zone, though. We'll see if they can keep it and make something happen. Now dumps something in for his teammate, Format Garcia, and Garcia is going to shoot that over the net and out of bounds.
Andre Ralca, too, had a good shot at it with that header a few seconds ago. The Cougars, though, have to play more upbeat and more aggressive here, down 2 goals.
Silva sends it in. Will it find a teammate? And Aztecs trying to make something happen in the final 6 minutes of this first half. Free kick. Man, a whistle, not sure why. And they'll redo it. Maybe a little bit too early. Clock now reads about 5. Bakri, as they slowly work it up just back and forth, seeming kind of deliberate, not really forcing anything here in the late stages of the first half. This one is sent down and in. Aztecs heading it around and gains possession right in the circle at midfield.
Nice setup.
Zawadi down the side. Cooper tripped up, and they're looking for Cooper again, but wasn't quite open. Zawadi finds someone in the middle. Back heel. That was a nice little back heel done there by Pincourt.
Elusive by Pincourt.
Cannot keep possession, though. Then it headed up by Kamatani right to the goalie, and about 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go in half number 1. It's been all Pima, 10 shots to 1, but finally they got their first shot. But I'll tell you what, it was from about 35 yards outside the box.
Yeah, just those numbers right there tells you the dominance of the Aztecs in this first half, and obviously the 2 goals to go along with it.
Bakri. Pass back. This is now to Het. Middle of the field, slowing it down. And sent in. Do they have something? Yeah, Kamatani does.
Another good look for Hugo Kamatani.
Would have been good timing, too, if they would have scored.
Yeah. Already with the goal here today, the first one of the match.
And now they're going to get a corner here, so the first corner, and we'll see how they treat this one. Interested to see, with all these tall guys, what if they crash back post or what they do here. And they have a second kick taker there, so just if they want to pass it off. So interesting formation, to say the least.
Roca steals it, but it comes back to the Aztecs.
In the box, dribble, shot, no angle, and that one just missed. Man, it had a lot of spin on it, top left again.
Chris Cooper also with the goal for the Aztecs.
He's a good shooter. He is a very good shooter.
He's been impressive so far.
Sent in. There's a nice shot, but I'll tell you what, that's the only thing they've got in Pincourt, and that is going... Well, will that be a shot? I don't think they counted that as a shot. 56 seconds to go.
Yeah, they keep it at 11 shots to 1 for the Aztecs here. The number 8th seed in the tournament.
Jumped way too early. Sent on the wing, and it looks like it'll just end back and forth for the final 30 seconds as the Cougars will slowly work it up. Defense for the Aztecs not giving up anything. Yep. Just seems like they are controlling the pace of this game, and they have been. Pincourt now. Yeah, he's going to take a shot probably with 7 to go. Outside of the box. Do they get something? Oh, no, almost. Could have gotten the head on it, but maybe they have an idea of what they need to do now, because towards the end of the half, they really made something happen, and that's the first time they've done it, but they'll go into the half down 2-0.
Yeah, Roca looking for Golic there, and perhaps, like you said, they maybe figured out what to do to get through this Aztecs defense, but easier said than done, and then they trail 2-0.
Well, 11 shots to 1 in favor of the Aztecs, and it has been all Pima Community College. You're watching the NJCAA Division I Men's National Soccer Championships. We'll be right back.
Zone. Caught. Touchdown. The Martin Olympico and a goal. Martin shot a goal. Unbelievable.
NJCAA fans, the brand new NJCAA store is here. Visit shop.njcaa.org now to find the best NJCAA branded merchandise on the market. On your first order, be sure to use the promo code WELCOME10 and you'll receive 10% off your first order. With orders of $75 or more, you'll receive free shipping anywhere in the United States. So what are you waiting for? Visit shop.njcaa.org now and get your NJCAA gear today.
Rolling. Winds up. Shot and a goal! Unbelievable!
2 seconds ago.
Rangers, a long three. Hey! Oh my goodness!
It's a walk-off base hit for Michael Smith.
It's an Olympico and a goal for Paradise Valley, J.C. Duncan.
Well, there's the feed into Rodriguez to jam.
Welcome back, Mountain Valley Park, Prescott Valley, Arizona, for the NJCAA Division I Men's National Soccer Championships on NJCAA TV. Game 1 of Day 2. Pima Community College Aztecs up on the Illinois Central College Cougars 2-0, and it was really all Aztecs. From offense to defense, they really dominated control of that game.
Yeah, we were thinking they were going to come out aggressive, come out, playing fast-paced soccer, and they did just that. You saw 11 shots to 1, along with 2 goals to go with it. You saw the dominance there, and we'll take a look here at those 2 goals real quick by the Aztecs. And the first one came off the foot of the very talented Hugo Kamatani. The freshman from Japan has had looks, had a miss a few seconds before that, and then finally gets the goal to put up the Aztecs 1-0. Celebration with his team. And that wouldn't be enough for the Aztecs before the half. Another goal coming off the foot of Chris Cooper, the sophomore.
He has had a great showing. A couple shots that haven't quite gone, but they've been real close.
Yeah, great job by Chris Cooper. Again, the Tucson native, so the hometown boy, helps his team go up 2-0 here at the half, and Pima Community College is looking real good.
Well, we'll see what adjustments are made. Illinois Central College needing to do something on offense. They were able to go in to halftime, at least getting a chance, but nothing of any seriousness. And Pima Community College just needing to continue to do what they have been doing, dominating the passing game and defensively not giving anything to the Cougars. We will be back momentarily for the start of the second half on NJCAA TV.
The NJCAA, in partnership with Blue Frame Technology, is pleased to announce that you can now watch your favorite NJCAA sports on the all-new NJCAA TV Apple TV app. Watch live or search through thousands of archived broadcasts. Have an older Apple TV? You can still watch on your TV by going to AirPlay on your iOS device and choosing Apple TV. Download the new Apple TV app now in the Apple TV App Store.
NJCAA fans, the brand new NJCAA store is here. Visit shop.nj off your first order. With orders of $75 or more, you'll receive free shipping anywhere in the United States. So what are you waiting for? Visit shop.njcaa.org now and get your NJCAA gear today.
see the Falcons.
Welcome back as we will get start to resume this game in the second half. 2-0. Pima leads Illinois Central in the first game of the day. And Egidio, the Aztecs just need to keep doing what they're doing, but what do the Cougars need to do? Because they're not even sniffing this Aztecs team so far.
Well, towards the end there, the last minute or so, they kind of figured out how to kind of get through this defense, and you mentioned it also earlier. They got to stay away from the one-on-ones. They're not winning those battles, and it seemed like that's what the Cougars' game plan was early on, to try to get that man out there and get those one-on-one matchups, but they weren't winning those. So now you got to think of how to pass the ball around, get good ball movement, and try to cut through the defense and get some more scoring opportunities. 11 shots to 1 for the Cougars. Definitely have to change those numbers in the second half.
Well, we are underway, and we'll now begin to see if those numbers will be changed. It'll be important for goalkeeper Silva. He's kind of spaced out because he hasn't seen so many shots. That can be a problem, and now we'll see Illinois Central just struggle to get it up the field, cleared into their offensive zone as they're hounded by the Aztecs and finally able to cross the midfield line. You got to wonder, are the fans here, are the neutral fans here rooting for Pima because they're an Arizona team, or are they rooting against them because they would be a rival and they only want their team to be the Arizona team?
No, it's good. Yavapai and Pima, obviously, you mentioned they played before, so that's a good point as a shot is taken on target there, but great save by David Silva.
Yeah, good job, just what I said. Needing to stay ready. It seems like he was not too hard of a shot, but the second shot of the game, and now something over the top here. Nice job sweeping him out of Bakri to kind of box out the man in Guyana, who, let's face it, he had a really good first half, just wasn't able to finish on much.
Yeah, really good first half. A great job by Bakri there, putting his body between the defender and the ball and letting his keeper take care of the rest.
Working it up, stolen in the middle of the field now, but too much lead on that dribble, and the Aztecs will keep it. That'll be out for a throw-in. It looks like it's going to be a free kick from just inside the line. See what the Aztecs can do. See if they try to crash the back post like they did on the first one to the net. And, man, that was not sure if that was supposed to be a shot or a pass, but either way, that was a pretty well-placed ball.
That was Kamantani. You know, he's got a good foot.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, that ball was close to finding a teammate, but good job of goalkeeper to come out and grab it. Cougars work it up slowly. And the Aztecs now working on their own. Two trip over each other, and it's going to be a quick start again for Illinois Central. We'll see what they can do. A bad pass almost stolen. That could have been a nice read by Takanaka, but the risk was not worth the reward. Bakri looks for something. This game is really heated up as far as physical temperature. Sun is out and probably the most intense it's been all tournament.
Yeah, nice weather right now. We'll see if it lasts. We only had nice weather yesterday for the first match of the day, and then it got chilly after that.
Yeah, it was pretty windy, and then the clouds came, so we'll see as Ira runs with him, trying to go over the top in that one-on-one matchup. Again, nothing doing, so it'll be a goal kick here for Silva.
Last night in that last game, Yavapai and Wabanzi, we all couldn't wait to go to our hotel rooms, put the heater on.
No, man, I'll tell you what. That was a very cold game. But sure, the fans weren't really that cold because 9 goals, they had a lot to get up and cheer for. It was a very chipper crowd last night. But much more prepared today and for tonight are we here in the booth. So I'm not sure that's going to be quite a problem.
Yeah, definitely came dressed prepared this day.
Got the reinforcements in the car.
A few extra jackets, a few extra layers today.
And I'll tell you what, it's not even that cold for you. I mean, you guys, you folks in, Monroe, actually, I could probably say most of you. I mean, I'm sure Indian Hills, Iowa gets pretty cold, but it was 61 last night and we were freezing, so.
We were complaining, but.
I mean, yeah, there's you folks in New Jersey and New York want to hear us stop talking right now because you're jealous of this weather.
I grew up in Michigan, but still, I've been out in California for the last 5 years now, so my body's adjusted to the heat.
And there was a time when I went to school in New Jersey, but it was too cold for me. Only 2 years is what I could take before I had to come home to Arizona. And this is going to be Sadler, or Sadlow, I should say. We have a Sadler on Tyler, I believe. And then a Sadlow on this team. Sent into the box. Nice job of Pima defenseman getting ahead on it. Now a shot here taken, but Silva is able to get his body in front of it and hands on it for another save. Fans wanting Pima to get some more goals. It's been a very complete game so far, as this ball is going to be offside. Aztecs work it up on the far sideline. Nice pass to find the man open. Takanaka, though, waits for it a little too long and sees a defenseman come in and take it.
I believe, Alex, we're getting word that there was a yellow card given to Vincent Foreman Garcia for Illinois Central there a few moments ago. That was what the result of that free kick.
Did not. Huh. Well, that's the problem with not having the replay sometimes in soccer. You can't really go back. But I guess a yellow card was given. There was a yellow card in their game yesterday, I believe.
Well, still the same score. Didn't really affect the score of this match so far. So the Cougars now just really need to start generating something. It's truly a shame if they end this tournament shut out both games. So it would be really a morale boost for them to fly back home or drive back home, however they got here, to get a goal at least and not be shut out in this tournament.
Well, yeah, I mean, forget morale for the time being. They get a goal here. They're right back in the thick of this game, but they've got to get it soon. And then, right, if they can't get it soon, at least try and get a goal before they get out of here. Takanaka, does he have room on the outside? Tripped up. No foul. I guess that was all ball. And we've seen the no calls all day long.
Yeah, all tournament long, even yesterday.
Yep.
Some big no calls that weren't made.
Nice move, bringing it in. It's Cooper again, the man with the goal, but unable to make anything happen, so it'll trickle out of bounds. A goal kick for Illinois Central. Nice job sending that one deep in. That's one of the better goal kicks we've seen all tournament long. Wind starting to pick up here, if you can hear in the microphones, just a little bit. So just as we talk about the sun coming out and it being a nice day, here comes a little breeze.
Yeah, very, very unpredictable weather we've had. So that's why we brought backup just in case. You never know.
I brought my snow galoshes too, just in case there's a blizzard game.
Leave that one for the championship game.
Yeah, right. Full of surprises. 35, just under 35 to go in regulation.
They played that game last year, the inaugural game for the MLS Atlanta FC and Minnesota FC in the snow, if you remember, in March. That was and it was, I think, 6-0 or something. I believe Atlanta won, and it was in the snow, and it was a cool sight to see. I'm sure it wasn't fun for the people that had to be there and work, but it looked good on TV. Added for more drama.
Tell you what, snow really just adds a different factor. That one's blocked by the one-man wall, but snow adds a different factor completely, as this may be offside. Nope, he's going to keep it on. Outside now, and he loses it down in the box, and it's cleared by Pima. So an opportunity wasted there, and now something through here. Nice job kicking that one out, as Guyana had just a step or two, but lunging in to make that stop.
That's Sudlow there on the defense, and he's been doing a great job. He's been all over the pitch trying to prevent goals from happening, him and Bakri.
In the defensive zone. Looking to carry it up, and they do, over the midfield line. It's outside to Cooper. He's got a step. He'll keep running. Nice pass into the box. Cuts back, and you got to shoot it a little bit earlier. No call. They wanted a call for a penalty kick, and would have been the first we've seen all tournament long. And now someone down for the Cougars. Still down. He could have gotten up and gotten that ball if he wouldn't have stayed down, but
that was Federico Zana. He's back up now running, and then we get two more players on the other side down. Free kick awarded to the Cougars to see if they can make something happen out of this one.
Just outside the box, so it's going to be a good attempt. Keeps it low and just misses. I don't know if that was off the head of a Cougar or an Aztec, but that was the best chance by far, and it just misses the right pipe.
Unfortunate opportunity there for, I believe that was Zana that took that free kick. Or is that Garcia? Yeah, it was Garcia, number 14. And so close. The Cougars were to their first goal of the tournament.
Would have been a huge goal, but couldn't get it. Now running in a step. Here's something here for Forment Garcia. And in to take it. It's Takuma Sadlow. Nice job, give and go. He'll send it into the box. Nice punch there by Silva to get it out. Still danger. And it's headed on up by the Aztecs. Kept in the zone. In the air. On to goal. Can it be cleared? Yes, it is. Wow, what a great clear by Kevin Perez. That ball was floating for a while, and no one was able to put it on goal from Illinois Central.
Good heads-up play by Perez and the Aztecs, not allowing a goal. They got 30 minutes here to get 3 points. Hang on to this lead. And the Cougars on the other end have 30 minutes to stay in this tournament.
Well, 4 shots. I mean, they have gotten a couple opportunities, and all it takes is 2 good ones. Down the side, here's Gaina. He is tripped.
Pima will play St. Louis tomorrow, especially if they hang on to this 2-0 lead.
Decide who will get the most points in the pool. Goals for will be the next differential, and that one was a shot, and it just missed. Man, that was a lot closer than I think anyone would have thought.
Very close opportunity there.
Here comes the Cougars. That one's stolen right now. It's Yuki. Still with it. Nice move. Nice pass down. And another pass to the cross. And a nice job of corralling that one by Bobanek. But I'm not sure if that was a Cougar defenseman that tried to clear it out or if that was a shot by the Aztecs. What did you see?
Yeah, it looked like a shot. It looked like a pass from Takanaka. And then Guyona was there. It looked like he took the shot. But nonetheless, great job by the keeper, keeping his eyes on the ball.
Yeah, I didn't know sometimes it goes into the box and, you know, you're trained as a defenseman to just into the box, cuts back, left, and this one goes in. It's a goal. Just as we were talking about maybe scoring, they'll do it here. I believe it's Gaina to Aka, but I'm not exactly sure. We'll check the replay.
It's Guyana.
Who scored or had the assist? I think Guyana had the pass in, but then who had the goal? Jose Romero? Not exactly sure.
He is out there.
Yep.
Romero, there to the bottom of the screen.
So that ball came from Guyana. For Pima has pretty much all but put the nail in this coffin for this team.
Yeah, regardless who got it, is an Aztec player, and now the Pima Community College sits comfortably. 3 goals, and they're very close, 26 minutes away from 3 points.
And they'll take it, probably have a nose for more, may get another one in this game. It seems like everything's just been coming together very nicely for this squad. Senton now running down. Guyana lost that one out of bounds, but I think coming to come throw it in is Chris Cooper. And he will defer to Zawadi. There's the throw in, finds a foot of a Cougar, hits a Aztec on the bench.
I think it was one of the assistant coaches out there,
Was
or
it?
the helpers out there on the Aztec team.
It's a danger zone everywhere. Cooper works on 2, tries to chip it up, and
A wrestling match down there now.
yeah, they're just boxing out down there, and sometimes that's what it becomes, just like working the puck in the boards for hockey. Just above 25 minutes to go. It has been a faster paced game. The first one, this one into the box, and Cooper trying to find someone on the back end, but incomplete. The first one went almost exactly up to par, 2 hours and 1 minute. Of course, usually slotted for about 2 hours, but that game, the pace was just about perfect. This one's been a little bit faster. No word on the official time yet, but probably finish up 10 or 15 minutes before, and that's really just a testament to the brand of soccer that they've been playing. Cougars looking to work. Here's Takanaka, top of the box. Will he shoot it? Cuts back to the right. Shot taken, rebound. Takanaka down in the box. He'll get back up. Make it 15 shots now for the Aztecs. And they are just trying to rout this Illinois Central team, who definitely take the flight back to Illinois and wonder what could have been. Definitely not their best tournament showing by any means. They've been here since their program inception. Been here more than any other team, like we said, since their program started. So a rich history, but not this year.
Yeah, and also Prescott Valley hasn't been a good spot for them. When they were here in 2014, they came in as a number 2 seed, also got eliminated in group play, didn't get to the semifinals. So it looks like it's going to be 2 national championship tournaments in Prescott Valley that didn't go the Cougars' way.
Well, they've been everywhere. New Jersey, Georgia, Virginia. But Arizona has not been friendly to these Cougars so far. Into the box. Now a shot will be taken. That was Federico Zana. Now headed up again, and Takanaka's, that's Yuki, who's able to clear. Illinois Central will keep it in their own zone, though, on their own half. Sent in way far out of the box, and Zana is going to float that one up and over the net.
A few opportunities there by the Cougars. Yuna headed it in, then Zana had a shot, and then a few other Illinois Central players had it. A few looks, just could not capitalize, just could not get it in the net, and that's just, or even near the net. And it's unfortunate here. 6 shots now total for the Cougars, but still a 0 on the scoreboard on their goals.
Only 7 shots last game, and if you're not going to be able to generate at least double digits in these tournaments, it's going to be real hard to get wins. I mean, you saw last game giving up 16 shots, this game already 15, so that number will finish probably close to 20. Just a lot of things that go into it. Back and forth, working just inside the midfield stripe. And misses that header. This will trickle down. Ira will go to play it. Back to his keeper, Silva. Midfield line, working it in. Guyana. Now something that'll be offside, though. Of course, Illinois Central cannot get runs onside.
Yeah, that's kind of been their storyline this tournament, unfortunately. And it continues here in match number 2.
At this point, I think they've done all they can to adjust. Maybe it's just a mental thing today, but they have not been in it at all. I mean, what do you do? And you keep going offside. How do you change it? I mean, at this point, it's like they don't know that they're offside.
Yeah, at this point of the game, it's kind of, you're in the national championship tournament. It's kind of, you're looking. If you haven't learned it by now, though, or you haven't been aware by now, it's not really going to change. So you just look for next season for the guys that are coming back. And they do have a bunch of freshmen on this team, a few sophomores.
Well, the sophomores will be done. Of course, junior college only eligible for 2 years of play unless they transferred. But the sophomores that have spent 2 years will be done, so have to look to these freshmen to carry this team. Maybe some of these guys going on to play collegiate ball in the NCAAs somewhere, or, maybe some of them getting offers to play across seas. A lot of developmental teams in a bunch of countries that, you can make a great living and have a lot of fun playing the game you love in a different country, like they do in basketball with, there's a bunch of leagues. Jim Fredette, Stefan Marbury in China, just an example.
But to go off of that, I did a tournament in Las Vegas a few years ago, a basketball tournament. It was a global basketball, it was called. It was for guys that just graduated college that didn't get picked up either in the NBA or the D-League. And these were guys that were being looked at as a tournament. And there were scouts from all over the world, Japan, England, Serbia,
and that's
Kosovo.
basketball. Imagine soccer with the international reach it has.
Exactly. You can make a good living, and still, again, you're playing a sport you love. You're playing a sport, period. You're playing a game for your job, and that, if you're an athlete, if you're a fan of this, it's amazing to do. So lots of opportunities out there, lots of opportunities if you're a good player and talented player to get looked at and make some money doing what you love.
And to build on that, I think a lot of people look and they're like expecting, just the top class teams, Manchester United, FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Tottenham, teams like that. If you're not playing for those teams or in the MLS, what are you doing? Well, that's not how it is in soccer at all. Like you said, it's just finding a league and a team that will accept your style of play and making a living there.
We were saying now making the World Cup, and there was a whole lot of talk. Are we growing enough talent here, from the Americas? But, USL's growing big. You see FC Cincinnati, the USL team, that in their first season, I think they sold over like 35,000 seats.
Here's an opportunity, and this ought to be a goal here. And, nice defense. What a great defensive play at the final hour to get it out. It's a great job. I think that's
great effort.
Yeah, that's Zana, I believe. Yes, it is. That's a tremendous effort. 2-on-1 dead to rights. And nice defensive play by the Cougars to prevent a goal. But, yeah, United States missing out on the World Cup. The Netherlands missing out on the World Cup. Chile and Italy both.
Italy, yesterday.
That's absolutely incredible. No one ever could see a World Cup without those 4 teams, but that's where we are, and it just shows you the diversity around soccer. A lot of these guys are coming from even developing countries, and that's what we're going to see in the World Cup, some countries that we've never seen.
Yeah, Iceland qualified for the 2018. That's the smallest population ever to qualify for a World Cup. Congratulations to them, and there's some other countries that either haven't been there before or haven't been in a long time. So it's exciting. It's going to be an exciting World Cup in Russia in 2018. See a lot of new faces and a lot of new teams.
Of course, just good to get soccer back on its feet. And FIFA, after everything that happened in between the World Cups, Sepp Blatter and all. But we just missed our first Illinois Central almost goal. Man, it was a great save in there by Silva. But a man hurt, and this is when the cramps start coming. You got to figure.
Towards these last few minutes, it's been happening. This tournament, I believe that's Garcia down there.
Format Garcia is up.
A few key sophomores, though, for the Cougars. Nikola Vujicic and the goalkeeper, Bojan Bobanac, won't be back. Galek also, also a sophomore.
Yeah, this Pima team, they gotta like their odds against St. Louis. If they let's think. Well, St. Louis, whoever wins that game tomorrow will go to 2-0 and outright win the division. But a draw would make things very interesting.
Definitely, yeah. So it should be interesting tomorrow for the Archers and the Aztecs. It looks like that's going to be the key matchup in this group. And then whoever wins that one will advance to the semifinals. And, of course, obviously the favorite St. Louis Archers coming in undefeated as the #1 seed. But you never know. Pima looked good here today.
Right, and we were talking about maybe even misseeding. We like Tyler. You like Yavapai, of course. 9 goals in any national championship game is amazing. But teams we haven't seen, we're going to see Monroe next. We're going to see Mercer, and then Indian Hills. An Indian Hills team should be pretty good.
A lot of international flavor in that game. And we'll see what those guys can bring. Almost another goal by the Cougars.
Yeah, well, Silva's done a great job. I said be interesting to see if he would stay active and engaged. Well, he has.
Eight shots now for the Cougars, getting those numbers up a little bit, but perhaps a little too late. There's 14 minutes left in this one, down 3 goals.
Well, absolutely too late, and that's what happens, Just dig yourself a hole in soccer. You can't get down like this because now you're going to have to start taking any shots and not the ones that you really necessarily want to take. So there's a tackle. That's should have been all ball. And it'll go out for a Cougars throw right by the midfield line. Tripped up, and foul will lead to a Aztec possession. Wind's starting to blow, sun's gone behind the clouds.
Right on cue. That's what happened yesterday, too.
Yes, it did.
Keeping the same weather here.
Twelve and a half remain. Sent in. And at midfield, it'll be a throw-in for the team in white, Illinois Central, who trail 3-0 here in the first game Nice job keeping that one in, and it looks like it's going to be out on Una. Nope. Thought it was. Either way, Pima will get possession. Yuki in the middle of the field. Still working up, just kind of a lull in the game. No one doing much with it right now, but you'd expect, as most of these guys have nothing much left in their legs for this game, they will get the whole rest of the day and then play the early one again tomorrow. At this point, just would like to get some fresh legs in there and keep your guys rested